Hi, everyone. I'm Tom Caron from the New England Sports Network. Thanks for waiting a few extra minutes in the heat. When we play this game in January, think back to this day and remember how warm it was. Fenway Park has been hosting baseball games for nearly 100 years now, but over the past decade, it has also hosted some memorable non-baseball events. Concerts like Bruce Springsteen, the Rolling Stones, New Kids on the Block. We had a soccer match here last year, Celtic taking on Sporting of Lisbon. We've had festivals celebrating the diversity of life in Boston. And 2 years ago, we had ice hockey. And it was a day like this that we got together to talk about the Winter Classic in frozen Fenway. Outdoor hockey, at that time 2 years ago, was certainly not an original concept. The Winter Classic had become one of the most popular days on the NHL calendar. But when Fenway was frozen in the final days of 2009, something magical happened here. America's most beloved ballpark quickly became New England's favorite sheet of ice. The Bruins beat Philadelphia in overtime. The U.S. Olympic hockey team was named, and hockey players from all ages got a chance to get out here and skate and play some hockey. Now, as we continue to celebrate hockey's heritage in New England, we get ready to welcome hockey back to Fenway Park. The celebration 2 years ago ended with an exclamation point. A college doubleheader on a snowy night that warmed the hearts of New Englanders, of anyone who was here, anyone who watched it on TV, anyone who ever thought about lacing up a pair of skates. We start today by looking back at Frozen Fenway 2010, when Hockey East took center stage and center field here at Fenway. Bringing hockey to Fenway 2 years ago was a major initiative. It was also an instant hit. City leaders immediately spoke about bringing hockey and bringing the ice back to Fenway as soon as possible. Our next speaker is the man who made sure that happened and made sure that not only would there be high-profile hockey games here, but opportunities for the community to take part in this winter celebration. Please welcome the mayor of Boston, Thomas Menino.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you all for being here. And I just want to say it's a glorious day at Fenway Park. But as we remember the Ice Classic 2 years ago, it was a glorious time at our park also when we transformed this beloved ballpark into a great winter attraction. And I think today, once again, we're coming back. We're going to have a great winter attraction at Frozen Fenway in January with ice hockey being played by 4 prominent college teams. We'll be on the ice at our ballpark right here, and Boston is really probably the best sports town in America. And really right now we're the capital of the hockey world. And on January 7th, 2012, you're only going to get better, folks. On that day, Fenway Park, University of Mass, here at Fenway Park, University of Mass, will face off against the University of Vermont. At 4 and at 7:30, the University of New Hampshire will take part in against the University of Maine. And earlier in the day, not here, but at the Garden, the Bruins will play the Vancouver Canucks at the Garden for the first time since the Stanley Cups. This is going to be a great hockey day in Boston, and I want to say to all the teams that are participating, thank you for continuing that great tradition here at Fenway Park. Thank the Red Sox once again for opening up their ballpark to the the greater Boston community for college hockey, but also during that week we're going to have 2 days of community skating and let the community come out to the ballpark, and that's to continue the tradition of the Fenway Park ownership that they continue to give back to the greater Boston community. I want to thank them for that commitment of making sure that the kids, the young people, will have the opportunity to skate. It'll be an unforgettable time for them to be able to skate on this the ice sheet that will be on the park. And I just want to say to everyone, we're able to showcase our youngsters, but showcase the 4 colleges that are going to play here this year. And I want to thank everyone who's been participating in this playing event. Sam Kennedy and the Red Sox, and I want to thank also the Red Sox, of course, who they continue to be creative when they use this ballpark. It's not just for baseball, many other events we've had, and it's opening up the ballpark to many different, from soccer to concerts, now ice hockey, and many other things that are happening here. Is because this truly is the finest ballpark in Major League Baseball, and it's also part of the Fenway community, and that's why the ownership of this team continues to give back to the people of Boston. I want to thank that for them, and I also want to thank Hockey East Association and the participating schools for working with the city to create this great event. And while it's August, we all love the summer. It's almost over, folks. I can't wait to be back here next January to see some real excellent college hockey right here on the good old Fenway Park play area. And I just want to say to the Hockey East, thank you very much. Thank you, Boston Red Sox, for what you are doing. Thanks everyone who's made this happen. I think it's another great tradition we're creating in our city, and also opening up the sheet of ice to the community for 2 days of skating is very, very special. I know that was one of the big hits of the Ice Classic, and I think the Red Sox can continue that tradition. So to everyone, thank you for making sure that we continue a tradition of Boston, but also have another great event in the middle of the winter. We just can't keep people busy for the Red Sox from April to November. Hear that, Larry? November? We have to make sure we have something going on in January, too, at the ballpark. And I think with the Ice Classic, we'll have something going on in the ballpark. Hey, thanks for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Menino. Our next speaker would have loved to play hockey here at Fenway Park. Would have been a lot easier than what he ultimately had to do, chasing his hockey dreams from Milwaukee to the Alps. He was a goalie at Harvard University and played pro on both sides of the Atlantic. Now in his 15th season as commissioner of the country's top hockey conference. Please welcome Commissioner Joe Britannia.
Mayor Menino, members of the extended Red Sox family and Hockey East families, and those of you that have turned out today, and I thank you for sitting out in the heat. Nothing I like better than to put a suit on in an 80-degree day. We've had 3 perfect weather days so far, 2 press conferences and 1 event in January of 2010, so we'll be looking at the Farmer's Almanac for January 7th, 2012, and we know we'll have a 4th perfect day for what we plan to do. We've changed the nature of this event from what was a real local rivalry the last time to a celebration of New England hockey with our 4 Division I state universities. They all have proud traditions of ice hockey. Vermont and UMass go back with some epic battles even before they were in Division I, before they were in Hockey East. UNH and Maine, one of the most storied rivalries in college hockey, have played in 2 of our championship games and in 1 epic NCAA championship game. But it's also important to know that these games count. For all the pageantry and for all the excitement of being here, the coaches know, and they've already reminded me, these are league games. These are not exhibitions. A couple of schools have given up the home ice advantage, but they're all happy to be part of this event. We had 2 compelling games the last time, a men's game and a women's game, and part of it was those were regularly scheduled league games. The mayor's also already mentioned that it's Hockey Day in New England, with the Bruins game with Vancouver kind of a happy coincidence, and we're also happy that Nesson is going to be broadcasting all the games, so it's going to be a great a great day for hockey, not only for those who are here, but those who stay home and watch it on television. As I said the last time I stood here, I'm a Red Sox fan. My first job was selling hot dogs here for the old Harry M. Stevens Corporation. And as recently as last night, I was happy to host Bill Mombelquette and his wife and Ted Lepsio and his wife at my house for a nice Italian meal. I should have invited Larry and Tom. So I'm a fan, and I think it's important for our staff to get into the spirit of this. Working with the Red Sox the last time was a real delight. I've done a lot of things over 40 years in college hockey, but the experience of our staff and the Red Sox staff working together was certainly unique, and we look forward to the work that has to be done between now and January 7th. And we also want to put the challenge out to our schools. After the fun and excitement of today is over, we're going to start selling some tickets. And I think the Red Sox have done a great job in pricing the event so it's affordable for everyone in the area. I also speak for all of our schools and say we're very proud to be part of the 100th anniversary celebration and to help launch it in January of next year. My last responsibility here is to present a couple of gifts. And we haven't cleared this with MLB yet, but we know how easy that is. So you're not going to see these anywhere other than behind the walls here. And this one, the first one, goes to Mayor Menino. So we're going to get him out on the ice. Hold this up for us. Was it really? We'll get you on the ice. He said that was his high school number, but it was basketball, not hockey. And finally, in a very selfless way, Sam Kennedy was willing to test the ice on a regular basis in 2010 just to make sure it was safe on a number of occasions. He's assured me that he's ready to take on that responsibility again. So we've got one more for the Kennedy closet. For those of you who got one the last time, we do have a few others lying around. That's all for today. Thank you.